Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day. In today's video we're going to be using the potato chip that I like to use, which is 2.5 by 4.5. You could also substitute this for 4.5-inch squares, or you could also build them out of 2.5-inch squares that are all in a darker contrast. So what we need to do is we need to pair up the 2.5, 4.5s like this, and once they're done they will equal 4.5. So I've got a stack of them like this. So they are a variety of fabrics. This is intended to be scrappy, and this will look really good once it's put together. So all together we're going to be making 4 large blocks, and there's going to be a block A and a block B, so we will be making 2 of each. So to begin with, it's best just to get everything set up to make all 4 blocks. So what we need is, if you're going to be using the potato chips, you'll need 104 in a darker contrast. Or if you want to make those out of 4.5-inch squares, then you would need half of that. So that would be, gee, I can't even do math nowadays. That would be 52 4.5-inch squares, or 104 of the potato chips, and then they're paired together. And again, you're going to be making 52 of those. And then we're going to be taking a lighter background, again the same size, or you could substitute these for 4.5-inch squares. So in the purposes of this pattern, you'll need 96 of 2.5 by 4.5. And once they're joined together in pairs, which I've done here, you will need a total of 48 of those, or 48 4.5-inch squares. So let me go ahead and show you how we piece these all together. Okay, I'm going to lay out each row alternating the seams so that I'm not trying to join 2 together like this. So I'm going to be alternating one going this way and one the other, or vice versa. So for the first row, and this is block A, we're going to need 3 of any of the darker ones, and we're going to start with the darker one going this way, and then we'll take the lighter one and have it going the other way like this, and then we will take another lighter one and have it so it's going with the seams vertically, a dark horizontal, and then a dark that's going to be ending on the vertical like that. So I'm going to use a 1/4 inch seam. I won't be pressing them until I start joining all the rows together. So let me get on with this, and then I'll show you how row 2 comes along. So here is row 1, block A, going from the left to the right. And if you take a look, I do have them vertically and then horizontally going along, and it just makes it so much faster to piece them together. So we'll put that one up here, and next we'll do the second row. So this one we're going to start with an opposite of the white. What I could do is put this one here so you can see how I'm building it. So this one will be the opposite to the one above it. Then we're going to have a dark that's going to be vertically, and then we're going to have another light, and this one I want to have it look scrappy, so I'm trying not to put similar ones together. So that one goes on the horizontal, and then we will have another light one, and let's see, let's go with this one, and it's going to be on the vertical, and then we're going to end with another dark one, and it's going to be on the horizontal. So let me just dig through the pile here. So it'll go like that. So again, these are all opposites, and this is now row 2 of block A. There are 5 rows per block, so we've now completed row 1, and row 2. And now we'll do row 3. So with that, we'll start with a dark one on the, again, going on the vertical, a light on the horizontal, another dark on the vertical, a light on the horizontal, and another dark on the vertical. So that's very easy to do because we've got a rhythm of every second one being a lighter one. So let me piece those together and then I'll be back here. So next we have row 4, and we're going to take a black, and because this one is horizontal above it, we're going to, or vertical, we're now going to have it horizontal below it. And then we're going to have a lighter one that is going to be vertical, and then another darker horizontal. Actually, that is wrong. Sorry to confuse you. So it should be dark, light, light on the horizontal, and then a dark on the vertical, and then another light on the horizontal, just like that. And that will be row 4. So I now have row 4 and block A done. Now the last row is going to be row 5. So again, a dark one on the vertical, and then another dark one on the horizontal, a light on the vertical, a light on the horizontal, and then we'll follow it up with the dark going on the vertical. So just like that. And again, I'm making 2 of these because I want 2 block A's, and this is row 5. So we can now join together the rows in block A. So what I've done on the left-hand side, I've put a piece of masking tape, and I've put A1, so that's row 1 in block A, and then A2, A3, A4, and A5. And then what I've done is wherever there is a vertical seam, that's the direction that I've pressed them. So when you go to start sewing, using row 1 and 2 as an example, because these are in opposite directions, you'll be able to nest these seams quite nicely. I will flip them over. I will pin them. So again, nesting is locking those seams together like that. So I will put a pin in there and all the way along, and then I'll join you back here once they're all 5 are together. So here is block A, and I've got all the rows joined. And what I did is I did the same idea where I pressed towards the horizontal or the full piece. And with that, I was able to spin the corners like that so they lay flatter. It still needs another pressing, but I'm really happy with how this block has turned out. So now we'll start on block B. So block B is actually a mirror image or a reverse image of block A, but I'll walk you through each row. So to begin with row 1, we're going to have a dark one that's on the horizontal. We'll have another dark one that's going to be on the vertical. Then we will have a lighter one on the horizontal, a lighter one that is on the vertical, and then we'll finish it up with a darker one that is going to be on the horizontal. And now with block B, row 2, so we're going to start with a dark vertical, and then a light horizontal, a light vertical, a dark horizontal, and finish up with the light on the vertical like that. And what I'm doing is, before I take it over to my machine, I'm actually making the block label for myself, so I know that this is going to be B2, and I'm always putting on the left hand side so I know which way the block faces. And now on to B row 3. So we're going to have a dark on the horizontal, a light on the vertical, another dark on the horizontal, a light on the vertical, and then a dark on the horizontal. So that's how this row looks. Sorry I can't get it much smaller so that you can see the whole thing. That's basically what it's going to look like. So if you're sewing both bee blocks at the same time, then you'd be making 2 of these. And row B, block B, row 4. So we're going to start with a light on the vertical, a dark on the horizontal, another light on the vertical, another light but on the horizontal, and then we'll finish it up with the dark on the vertical. So this is what row 4, block B will look like, and we're making 2 of those. And here we are, block B, row 5, the last row in this block. If I didn't mention, it will be square, and the blocks will measure 20.5 unfinished or 20 inches finished. So in this row, we're going to start with a dark on the horizontal, a light on the vertical, a light on the horizontal, a dark on the vertical, and then we'll finish it up with a dark on the horizontal. So let me go ahead and join those together, and then I'll show you what the final block looks like. I'll join together. So here block B is. And next up, I'll take you over to the design wall and show you a couple options for piecing these blocks together. So here are the 4 blocks. There's an A here and down there, and the B's are there and there. So this is one idea, and this would be about 40 inches without borders finished. But I have a couple other ideas. So what I'm going to do is play around. I'll show you a few photos, and then I'll finish it up. I would appreciate any ideas you have or feedback, because I love hearing from you, and people have been great about doing that. And the more you look at this, the more you can see the secondary patterns. So if you did this in other blocks, you could just continue it down to make it a vertical format. You could also trade these out and make the whole thing out of 2.5 inch blocks, and then you would have more blocks to complete it and have more variety. So let me play around and I'll join you back here. So looking at options for finishing this, I thought by moving each of the 4 blocks apart and adding sashing in between might give it a nice look, and to break up some of the busyness that's going on. And adding to that, you could actually take the center here and you could throw a darker color in, just showing you what that looks like. And then, or you could replace that with a lighter one. Oops. This makes you dizzy. I'm so sorry about that. That would be what that would look like. What do you think? I'm just using the brown. Oops, I'm just using the brown because that's what I have. You could do it in a contrasting color, picking something out of one of the blocks to make it work. I have another idea, so I'll join you back here. So this is my other thought, by using a series of potato chips as a sashing, and then using the standard 2.5 inch square in a red that brings out some of the reds and is also mimics a log cabin style. So what do you think? Which one do you like the best, and which one do you think I'll go with? So here it is all done. I added the 5 potato chips as sashing, and I focused on using the light blue in the center and adding a 2.5 inch square. I will have the fabric requirements in the video description. So I hope you like it. Please share your comments. I always love to appreciate your feedback. And until next time, sew safely and sew with Debee. Have a great day and bye for now.